We had a pretty incredible stakes weekend. Apart from the Arkansas Derby, there was much more than that. Keeneland really had a great card as well. So to discuss all of those races and the speed figures that these horses were given, let's bring in Craig Milkowski, the chief Timeform U.S. speed figure maker. I know we were having a little bit of technical difficulties with Craig earlier, so hopefully we got everything figured out. You know, technology is great, and it's also can be faulty from time to time. Craig, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing
good, Craig.
well. How are you?
How you been, man?
Oh, I'm good. Good. Just got back from Oakland. Well, I got back on Monday. I went for the big racing weekend. Had a great time.
Tell the folks real quick before we get to the numbers, that racetrack, pretty cool and pretty quaint, no?
Yeah, it's nice for as old as it is. It's in good condition. Great racing fans there. I mean, it was packed on Saturday, but still a good time.
Oh, good. Then you'll be able to give us your actual, you saw the horses in the flesh that day. But we're going to kick things off with Keeneland with a Grade 1 Makers 46 Mile. Jack Milton finally getting that elusive Grade 1 win.
Yeah, he ran well. He's a horse that had put up a couple big figures last year, but didn't really show up in the big races. But he ran well. He got a nice pace to run into, a good fast pace. He got a 1:14 Timeform U.S. speed figure, which is pretty decent for Grade 1 on the turf. And, he ran well. My horse that I really like out of here is Long On Value, who hung really tough through the lane, really fought for second, just missing. And he actually got the same figure due to the pace of 1:14.
Now let's move forward to the Grade 3 Lexington. That was one of two Kentucky Derby points races. This one was only worth 10. Obviously, the Arkansas Derby worth 100. Divining Rod getting the win, and that really puts him on the bubble. But I believe Connections decided not to go to the Derby.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think they're making the right decision. He ran 100 in here. It wasn't the strongest Lexington we'll see. The pace was so-so. This is actually one of the few bets I cashed all weekend because I thought Donworth with second career start went off favored, and Fame and Power was bet pretty heavy. So I thought Divining Rod was a pretty big overlay. But that 100's not going to get it done come the first Saturday in May. I think they're probably making the right decision.
I think it's a horse, though, that you can maybe move forward. That's a horse that can move back to the turf or maybe move somewhere else. So I think it's a horse you need to keep your eye on, don't you think? Oh,
yeah, I do. He's a good horse. He's very versatile as well. You know, he can rate off the pace. I mean, it was just a beautiful trip he had, but, he kind of made it himself rating behind the two speed horses.
And I want to say big congratulations to Julian Lepreux because that was a very, very special race for the entire family.
Yeah.
Shay McCall and Mike and Denise were all able to watch that race.
Yeah.
We're going to move forward to the Jenny Wiley Stakes where Ball Dancing gets the win here. Tell us a little bit about this speed figure.
She got a 107 for the win. I believe she ran a 1010 last out. We talked about her on this show last time, how impressive she was off the comeback behind her stablemate, Stephanie's Kitten. And, she did it easy. I think she probably could have went a little faster if she needed to, but she didn't. Good horse going forward, and I think this probably won't be her last Grade 1.
Well, that's going to wrap up our races at Keeneland. We're just going to move and groove right through this and over to Oakland Park where you got to see these horses in live action. Let's talk about the Grade 1 Apple Blossom, Untappable, redeeming herself after her 2015 debut.
She did. I don't think it was any surprise she wasn't fully cranked first out when, she went down in the Azari to gold medal dancer. But, she ran well. Her speed figure was only a 103, which she's run much faster in the past. But I think she did what she needed to do. She won easily. The pace wasn't slow. And, sometimes we put a little too much emphasis on the speed figure where, the horses aren't racing for a fast time. They're racing to win. And I think she did exactly what she needed to do, and I expect her to do better going forward.
Craig, we talk about the rest. We're going to talk about the other races at Oakland. Is her figures, is she getting better?
Well, it's hard to say that from the speed figures because she's only running like a 103 both of the first two times out, where I think last year she topped out at 118. So, until she actually does it, you never really know, and she's going to be a short price. So as a bettor, I'd look at it a little more leery than as a fan. As a fan, you like seeing the win, but as a bettor, I'd prefer to see her run a little faster.
We're taking a look at the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby where literally American Pharoah is the only horse on the screen, completely galloped home. Tell us about this speed figure that you gave him.
Well, he ran like a 1-9 is supposed to run. He just rated off the fast fractions of the horse who shipped in from Laurel and blew him away down the lane. He got a 113, which is right up there near the top of the crop, just a tick below Dortmund, I believe. you know, and like you say, it was a one-horse race. He did everything that was asked of him, and expect a big effort come Derby Day.
Now let's round things out at Santa Anita. This wasn't a graded race, but it's worth talking about the Santa Lucia champion Beholder in her 2015 debut.
Yeah, she came back. She's another kind of like untappable. I mean, she looked great. The number doesn't look great, but, you know, she did it so easy, and she did exactly what you want to see. Once again, the pace was just moderate, so you don't generally get fast speed figures when the pace isn't much. But visually, she looked as good as she can. Uziel's a tough horse. You know, she may not be the top of the crop, but she's always a solid horse, and she shows up and runs her race. So, you know, it was impressive.
Real quick, we're going to let you go here, Craig. You were talking about American Pharoah with the 113. You said Dortmund was about 114. Where's Carpe Diem sitting, and where is International Star sitting in those figures?
Carpe Diem's a few lengths lower. Off the top of my head, maybe 107, 108. International Star is quite a few lengths lower, down around 100. He's definitely going to need some pace to set up his kick, but, you know, in the Kentucky Derby, you almost always get that. So,
who's your top pick for the Derby?
Right now, I have to go with Dortmund, just because even though figure-wise him and American Pharoah are similar, he did it against, you know, he had the battle. He had to fight firing line. He actually came back to retake the lead, whereas American Pharoah's just kind of been jogging out there, and he certainly isn't going to have that kind of trip come May.
No, absolutely not with 20 horses. Well, Craig, thank you so much for recapping the stakes action with us.